Hello and welcome to the Truth Movement Hotline. Press 1 for doom porn. Press 2 for disinformation. Press 3 to suck Satan's cock by monetizing your YouTube videos. Press 4 for direct contact with an agent of the Matrix. Press 5 for alternative media who restrict the cure for cancer. Press 6 to free yourself from the system by writing a letter to the Queen of England. Press 7 to hold an official organized protest. Or press 8 to blame someone other than your own stupid self for the mess this planet is in. Alternatively, tune into Darkcity Radio at darkcityradio.co.uk or voice your opinions live on air by calling 0161 298 0298 if you live in the UK, or if you are calling from outside the UK, the number is +44 161 298 0298 or Skype us at Bob's Backyard. This call has been recorded for trading purposes. We have also tracked your IP address, and we have dispatched 2 agents of the Matrix. They will be with you shortly. Thank you for your cooperation. Have a nice day.
Welcome on BDcoded on Darkcity Radio. I'm Jabba, your host for the next hour. Thanks, Bob, for operating. And if anybody wants to join, best you go to Darkcity and you just join in with over Skype or phone. I think if you listen to this radio, you're anyway on internet. So please just get the phone number on the website. That's the most easy. Or come to Bob Backyard on Skype. I'm going to talk about trauma-based society today. And I will bring no facts, no proofs, only my reflection and observation. Of course, when we look around what is really happening in the world and why people are so manipulated is a lot because of trauma-based pasts, mostly from the childhood. I think if we see how the kids are handled, how we can say handled today, it's really based on traumas. Like, don't go in the water, you will drown, the Santa Claus, the police, authority, army, bad guys walking around, and so on and so on. That is already the first fear, that if you put the fear on something, then of course, like the left and right brain reflection are coming up again, and anything that is trauma-based, close up your mind, and you reflect from the left brain in the way you get fear of any thought or of any situation. And like I said, anything happen in the childhood, or fear-based stuff, or heartbreaking events. And I will start a little bit with trauma-based education. Punishment. Already the first thing that I think for the human is very important to understand what punishment is. Punishment makes exactly the reverse effect that is supposed to do. When you get punished by somebody, you will project the error on the person who punished you, instead to really realize what went wrong, what kind of mistake happened, and therefore you're not able to change anything. So punishment make exactly the... and it's also on the fear-based, like in education, is if you're going to do this, this will happen, or if you're going to do this, I'm going to make you this, and so on. I think very much is trauma-based today. When you meet people around, and there's very quick to say, who get what kind of trauma in their life, and everything starts with little traumas. And of course, I talk about like the, let's say, Western world, or let's say people who have a so-called normal childhood, normal parents, normal education, normal nothing really really fundamental, heartbreaking in this sense. But the amount of punishment or trauma-based ideas we get from the childhood on repeats after and after again. And of course, this one's a little, if we talk about war, crime, or sexual abuses, then we go in way deeper trauma-based cases. But only to observe our society around is like, even after my first school day of school, I was told that I don't go to school, my parents will get problems with the police. And therefore, of course, you go to school because you don't want that your parents get trouble. You also have like the Santa Claus. That is always an argument for some parents to scare the kid, or to make that the kid is doing something right or wrong. Santa Claus see everything, or I'm gonna say same for the teacher. The teacher, they say, yeah, I'm gonna talk to your parents if you don't do that and do this, and so on. And this. All right. Bad connection, I think, in the hills of Switzerland. I was talking about traumas from war, crimes, or sexual abuse. Parents who talk about police, authorities, or armies. That's different. How to say this? These ones are very different trauma-based educations. If you have, like in the Western world, we have little traumas. That with the amount of little traumas, you have still a bigger trauma in your head. But if we talk about bigger issues like war, crime, and sexual abuse, then we talk about way more complicated cases. What happened also is the explanation you get after trauma. And therefore our parents are already trauma-based educated. They don't really explain what is really going on. So you start to have a distorted reality. And distorted reality is very quick happen. If you if you're like my kids, that we lost the dog. The dog was old. He died. So what you're gonna explain to a kid what is really happening? Of course, you say like the dog is now in heaven and so on, and will maybe reincarnate in another species or the other dog, or even maybe a human or whatever. I say to my kids, the dog is still around. Anytime you call the dog and you remember the dog is like back in your heart. It's even more present than in the present when they was still alive. Our parents already have a trauma-based education. Therefore, the explanation we get when we was kid, that really, what is that really going on? That is we can't for them that was that kind of reality. But I think reality gets so much distorted already from young age, from education. So therefore, when something is finished explained, like I say, hold on a reality. And that is, I think, when we grow up, that is like what is happening. You have like a certain amount of ideas what life is all about. But even with my parents who had, I can say, very open, they're open-minded, let's say it like that. When it comes to money and existence and all this kind of thing, they have the kind of trauma that without money you cannot live. Instead to teach me how I can make my existence, that means how I can grow food, how I can make things. They have the kind of trauma that without money you cannot live. And therefore I think even with my parents, who I can call open-minded, I cannot even imagine with people who never cross the mind of that something else exists than what we get told by governments. Therefore, all these little traumas make, in the end, a bigger trauma. Of course, we have level of traumas. That means some of education, some of experience, make that your traumas are bigger or smaller, or that you have your possibilities to get away from traumas. Because getting away from traumas is another question that is a own journey. It's your journey you have to do to get rid of these little traumas one by one. And to understand what is really going on, to undistort your reality, to decode your mind again to what is really going on. First, of course, that is always a way you look at things. Things change. But in a way, I think it's very simple. Already, if we stay in the education, it's very simple for parents to traumatize kids of certain things. So they will just do. If not, the bad man will come, or the Santa Claus will put you in your bag when he comes next winter. Police will arrest you. Authority will put you in prison. Or if that is not happening, the army will come and destroy everything. We have also traumas on workplaces, I think. The way your existence is, or maybe not mine, or maybe not the listeners' one, but for many people, the workplace is like the existence, their own existence that they have. And therefore, if your boss come and say, if you don't do this like that, then I have to think about to release you from the job you have. And therefore, it's not only, we don't talk only about the job, we talk about the whole existence of you. And then it depends how much traumatized you are that you can say, fuck off, if I don't make you the work. If you don't like my work, I will just move away. Self-confidence have a lot to do also with education or non-trauma based realities. And of course, we have religion. We have religion where the devil and the heaven and all that game between if you do this, this will happen, and so on. And if you talk about people who are traumatized by religion, I think they have a very huge step to do to understand that what reality really is all about. The way they have so much devil, God in their mind, and get told that this one is that and this one is this, then we come back to hold on a reality. And I think as soon as you get a little bit more independent and away from your parents, you have to create your reality. I think you get nuts if you just walk out and say, yeah, life is about this and next day is about that. And I think everybody put a certain kind of reality in front of him. Even if we are open-minded, we have certain things we hold on. even myself. Not long time ago, I hold on very much on philosophy. I hold on different sources, on different ideas of life, and quickly realized that this was not really the case neither. Therefore, I change my way of see things, and I think I try, and I think I succeed in certain things to say I don't want to hold on all my questions. There is not an answer to any questions I have today, and maybe tomorrow with the same explanation I will just say this was the idea and this is for it, and next day I would just say, well, I was completely wrong. Also recently with all the Egyptian stuff and thing, and I think I was very much my deception was also very high when I discovered that Egypt is maybe not what we really think it is, and the whole idea of Egypt and that on, and today for myself I say I don't need an answer to any question, to every question, sorry. And I just leave a question open. And that means I continue to search, I continue to observe the things that are coming in my life to get another idea of this kind of trauma idea or hold on reality. We always have to hold on reality. I mean, some stuff happen and you know that this happened, is experience, and therefore you can say this is reality, I experienced it. So many other things are there just as an idea, and if it stays as an idea, you also have to be able to look around the idea and see it maybe from behind. We're gonna play a little song, my own ship, my own boat, my own life to handle it. My own ship. BDcoded about trauma-based society. I think for the government, the best tool is to have scared people. Once you just can say terrorists are around the corner, so they will allow you to come in your house to search if there is any. Maybe in your cave, the door you did not open for a week. That is, of course, the best tool they can have. And therefore, another tool to bring this already to young kids is school. Making people more obedient. Only in school, I always bring that example. Like the new school system, that is the school system of Agenda 21, is implemented everywhere. And they have even further programs to start earlier with kids at the age of 2 in France. My daughter went to a school where they had their new school system as test. And she had like in front of the classroom, you have a picture with different lines. All up is like blue and all down is red. And each kid have his name. And when you forget something like something that you didn't bring to sign up, or you forget a book or something, you go down a step. But there are some colors, and when you come to the red, you get a punishment in front of the whole class. And of course, they can watch it the whole day. And that is a mind control pressure for our kids that is just amazing. I had to explain to my daughter that this kind of tool is not important, and don't judge and don't say anything about my daughter. Is only talking about what the teachers think that she is applying to the school system. I need maybe 1.5 months to get her down from that pressure, because she was crying at midnight. I'd say, oh, I don't know where this book is. I don't know. I don't want to go tomorrow into school. And this kind of tools are just amazing tools for trauma-based humans to create really machines to tell them already at young age that if you don't do this, you get this kind of punishment and so on. And another thing was my kid was also crying like at midnight. She didn't sleep. And I went to her and she said, I don't want to go to that special class. This lady tell me to do not cross my legs, and that I have to eat breakfast in the morning, and that I have to make homework during the weekend and the holidays. I was like, what? You have to go to a special class? I don't even knew about this special class. I was not informed. So next morning I went to the teacher. I say, if we can discuss about this special class that my child have to go, and that she is not participating today. Then she say, oh, that is not me. That is the other one. Will arrive in a little. I don't want to make any trouble in the classroom or anything. So I wait for the other lady to arrive and ask her if we can drop this special class for today, and that we have a discussion after school sometime to discuss about what is really going on. And she said, yeah, no problem. You can straight up come in the thing. And so the class just start. I didn't want to make any trouble again. And she said, yeah, let's discuss in the thing. And if my daughter want to join, she just can come too. So she sit down, open her book with some statistics about my kid. And I was like, what the fuck? And I told her that I hear that she said to my kid that she don't have to cross the leg, that she have to breakfast in the morning, and that she have to make homework during the weekend and the holidays. And I told her that is not part of the school. Why she tell that kind of bullshit to my kid? And she answered, oh, you don't want that your kid is learning. Don't tell me any kind of shit like that. I mean, I personally have finished learn when I'm dying. So don't come to me and tell me that my kids don't have to learn. That is for me, we learn every day and we are never finished learn until we are dying. That is what I told her. And she said, yeah, but no. I tell her, my father was 30 years director of a school. My mother was for 30 years educator. My sister have the whole school system of a whole area in Switzerland. She's a director of it. I personally was teaching too, even if it's music lesson. And another sister is teacher too. So don't tell me anything about learning or teaching. What she is doing is trauma-based stuff for my kids, and my kids does not learn anything out of that. Instead, she don't sleep at night because she's trauma-based because of what she is telling to her. Once your kid is out of school, the school don't have to say anything what is happening to our kids. Nothing. Not on the weekends, not on holidays. She don't have to make homework at all. I was watching in the law, and I found many things. I found so much things in the law that is written, the protection of the child, that the teachers abuse. And this is, you can watch that in any country. There are laws about how the teacher have to teach the kids. They don't even know this kind of law. After that, she didn't went to that special course anymore. And the teacher told to my kids, this one you can watch with your dad because he knows the things better. What the fuck? They discriminate my kid because of what I told them. This is forbidden by law. They are not allowed to discriminate my child if the parents, that is for all the child is like that. If I have an opinion or any religious or political view, they don't have to judge my kid from this. So they are just abusing one law after the other to traumatize my kid. And if we don't realize that, the worst we can do as parents is even push our kids to say that, oh yeah, this have to be done like that. Or even when they come with notes home and they have bad notes or so on, to even punish them. Or even if they get the punishment in school, the kid go home and get even double punished because she or he get a punishment. This is so stupid, and these are simple things. Many people don't even think about these kind of things. But if we do that to our kids, they have already a very good potential to get a very good slave. And I personally don't want to give that to my kids. I want that they think for themselves and that they progress themselves in their speed, that they advance. Once I unblock my kid from that picture in front of the classroom, she get best of the class. Once I helped her with the homework and explained her different stuff and helped her to work it out, and even if she didn't not make it good, she make her mistakes. I asked her if she know it now, how it is done, and she know all the answer. Only the pressure of a test in a school can make you so huge trauma because you are scared to not doing it right. Therefore, you're not able by any tests. I experienced that to myself. I was not able to make any tests only because I was afraid to do it wrong. And because I was scared to do it wrong, I was not able to think. I was not able to make anything correct. Therefore, for me, tests is bullshit. Even if I knew the answers in a relaxed state, only because I get stressed, because I thought maybe I have to do it right, I cannot do it. And these are all little small trauma-based stuff that in huge quantity create a very good slave for anything that you're not able to think for yourself, and therefore we just can't take care of ourselves. And this is a very important point, I think, for everybody. Not only because we can think back, everybody can think back on trauma-based situations that made in a way that they don't think further. Because anytime you get a trauma out of something, this is the trauma, this is the end limit, and anytime you approach this kind of limit, you just get hurt. I don't know how much time Sarah already put the one in it. I was not watching, but Sarah just...
I just put it in, actually. So I was just going to say that a lot of tests and the way that school is for a lot of children, especially ones like with dyslexic and things. I have dyslexia, and I used to get about 5 out of 20 for my spellings and then get punished for that and for not learning. And I also got put into a special group for children who had problems spelling, and then I got thrown out of the special group because I couldn't spell. But it was a special group set up specifically for that, and it does traumatise you. And a lot of children that have been through similar things to their schooling end up thinking that they're really thick and traumatised and that they can't do anything. They lose all confidence in themselves, and it really does fail. That school system really does fail a lot of people, and it does definitely put so many people in trauma. And it ends up not just being the teachers that put pupils into trauma, but fellow pupils also put each other into trauma with bullying and things like that as well. It can be a highly stressful place for a lot of children. And some children, when they're bullied, they end up being bullies themselves, and then a pattern develops, and then you've got more and more bullies going out in society because they feel that that's the only way that they know how to deal with somebody when they're bullying, and they feel fear and they feel they need to protect themselves. The whole system seems geared up to develop bullies and traumatized people who think they're not very clever.
In the end, the sound was much better. I don't know if I get everything what you say, but that is definitely true. As soon as you have a trauma-based situation, the mind locks down, and you don't get further information out of it. That means you don't think further, and that is a huge issue. That is a very huge issue because myself, I have another example for my trauma-based ideas of what is going on. That was Gaddafi. When I was 8 years old, I was told Gaddafi will attack Europe with his rubber boats. Therefore, I was not able to even look at what Gaddafi did or not did, or how the situation really was. Even during the so-called revolution, I didn't get what was really going on. And I had even somebody who lived here who wrote the Green Book of Gaddafi, and he told me that the ideas are incredible. And we also know that Gaddafi in Libya, he made many good things too. So therefore, when the media, trauma-based corporation, tell us that what is going on or so, we just believe it. That is reality. And like for many other people, like today, I mean, media is another brainwashing trauma-based tool where you can manipulate people so much and even create more trauma-based stuff. Like I always say, like the atomic bomb. I wish to know if the atomic bomb really exists, or if the humans really are so stupid to make such kind of thing, or at least if they just use it as a fear-based propaganda tool. We're just gonna play another little song. Respect, and then Sarah will come back to me. Respect.
Not every man can be a cowboy. Not every man can drive a car. Not every man can be a pilot. But every man deserves respect so far. Not every man can be a cowboy. Not every man can drive a car. Not every man can be a pilot. But every man deserves respect so far. Not every man can be a dancer. Not every man can be on time. Not every man know the answer. But there's no excuse for a crime. Respect, show that real things we get. Respect, because nobody is perfect. Respect, solidarity, respect. So much good vibes you can collect. Respect, show that real things we get. Respect, because nobody is perfect. Respect, solidarity, respect. So much good vibes you can collect. Some of them are always bring you down, hanging you as black Peter poster up in town. Some of them attack you deep down to the ground. Some of them know to bring good vibes around. So just follow your own way. Don't straight, just create your own way. Don't wait, follow your own way. Go straight, create your own day. Don't wait. Respect, show the real things we get. Respect, because nobody is perfect. Respect, solidarity, respect. So much good vibes you can collect. Respect, show the real things we get. Respect, because nobody is perfect. Respect, solidarity, respect. So much good vibes you can collect. 'Cause respect.
Some of them are, some of them
Respect,
some of them are, some of them
show the real things we get. Because nobody is perfect. Solidarity, respect. Come collect it. Respect, show the real things we get. Respect, because nobody is perfect. Respect, solidarity, respect. So much good vibes you can collect. Respect, show the real things we get. Respect, because nobody is perfect. Respect, solidarity, respect. So much good vibes you can collect. 'Cause respect.
Live. BDcoded, trauma-based society. Traumas we have in we on one side we have the traumas, and on the other side we have the illusions. And I think illusions is like the reversed trauma, but it makes the same effect. I just thought about the whole music business, show business, and therefore we give a kind of illusionary idea of what an artist is really about. Everything is so matching and they stand in the light and so on. And there we give also a false illusion that something that the other people cannot achieve. And there is the trauma. They are pushed so much like as extraordinary people up that the normal people is just like a pauper, a small one, and you will never be able to do anything great. And that is the trauma. I think every living being can do great things. It depends also what kind of idea of great you have. We also have the corporate media. They tell us things about war, about atomic bombs, and about many things and so on. Maybe Jan will join. Corporate media. What actually is happening is Syria. They give us so complete false idea of what is really going on that the people, even people who normally can think, they just think, yeah, there is another war going on and blah, blah, blah. They use chemical weapons and blah, blah, and so on. And who is the bad guy, dictator? Assad one day is as elected president, democratic elected president, and another day is just a dictator. And that is how they manipulate people from already many other dictators and so on who have different kinds of traumas. I think Sarah wants to say something.
All right, yeah. I just want to say that I think trauma is actually throughout the whole of society as well. I think every sector of society, from the rich to the poor, they all suffer from trauma, and in different degrees and different levels and different types and different fears of, but mainly probably based around some form of loss, like where it be loss of ego, loss of power, loss of control, loss of dignity, loss of pride, loss of respect. You know, I think it's endemic throughout
very
the whole society.
Yeah. They adapt very much the traumas to different levels of society. If you're poor, rich, or anything, if you're rich, you just you get scared to get less rich. If you or you even get scared what can happen with your money, or you get scared that somebody can rob you out, somebody can thief you, even if the biggest thief in the moment are the governments who just plunder the people, or more let the banks and the rich plunder the normal people, and therefore definitely the trauma-based ideas are adapted to any level of society, and I think they will always find any idea to keep the people down on a certain level where it's very easy to manipulate them, very easy to handle them, very easy to obey, that they make them obey. Jan?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. Very interesting discussion, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes, I had to call in.
That's good. Anytime.
Yes. Have we been on long?
We are now 50 minutes. We have 10 minutes left, or we can make another hour. It's your radio.
Yeah, good. Yeah, just continue.
Well, I think I almost say everything what I can say about. I think we if we start to look at the idea of the trauma-based idea that implemented every day, I think the list is very long.
Yes. What?
I think it gives a good perspective on society if you look at it from that point of view, that everyone is coming from a point of trauma. It helps you to sort of get an understanding and compassion for people as to where they're coming from. and it also makes me realise anyway that it's necessary for me to work through my own personal traumas. If I don't want to be controlled by society or controlled by my emotions and my fears, I want to be controlled by
Your sound,
by
Sarah.
myself. Yeah, am I sounding funny? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, that's better.
It's these stupid headphones and microphone. Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't hear, but I think I plop out also. Can you repeat?
Okay, well, what I was saying is that when you look at society like it is, as a trauma-based society, it gives you more compassion and understanding about where people are and why they do the things that they do, and it helps you to not take it so personal on a personal level, and it helps you to understand that you yourself or me, myself, do suffer from traumas, and it's necessary for us all to work through our own traumas to be able to move forward and evolve as a society, and to have a more fair and just society. And until we all learn to get over our traumas, it's always going to be quite a difficult place to be.
Yeah, definitely. I think there are so many ways to implement traumas, and like I explained, it only starts with little traumas we already get in our childhood, and it just grow. I would say day by day. If you don't pay attention on it, that this is really what is happening, then you can go from little to very big ones, and this is the whole problem, and that is also. Like I say in the beginning, it blocks your consciousness. The traumas are blocking your consciousness. That means anytime you have any little blockage somewhere, you will not watching further, because also what is happening with traumas is that it is very painful. I think anybody who experience traumas in any sense. As soon as you touch a subject, it gets emotional, and emotion comes from the head, comes from the mind, comes from the brain, and don't come from the heart, and therefore it is very painful. The way it is your brain who say how your heart have to be Bob is saying gladio, definitely. That is the goal to bring the people to a part of a state of obedience and of control. And that is, of course, is the whole purpose behind. And I think the trauma is itself, we can call it conspiracy or plan of control. And it works very well. I think they succeed quite good, because even in the so-called truth movement, or in the ones who awaken, or how you want to call it anyhow, I see very much that it's like I just can talk a little bit about my little experience I did with old Facebook group of Darkcity that get overtaken by a guy who think we on the Darkcity are all policemen, undercover policemen, only because we have a donation button on our website. I mean, how fool you have to get to think that because of a donation button, the ones who do something like the radio here, I mean, yeah, that is anybody's choice, but that comes out of a trauma. I mean, if you are so scared of any donation button that you cannot even listen what the people are saying behind the donation button, then I think it comes probably from a trauma. That means that you are so that is only my idea, little idea. If anybody have to say something, let it know right now. Jan, do you want to say something?
Yes, I think so. We have a trauma-based education system, really. That's start of it that makes people traumatized through life as adults. It's Prussian school system. It's very.
Yeah.
It's it's treating you like a little serf, and you have to be scared and compliant. That's the origins of it. Makes people not able to think. I'm looking up
that
to
is the thing. Because
obeying authorities and stuff.
yeah, because anytime anytime you get told that I think trauma based is also what we can call the kind of lockup like only inventors have or specialists or engineers or so on. They just get told this is possible and this is impossible. So find me a solution in the range of possible.
Within this box.
Exactly.
Yes.
Find me a solution in the box.
Yes.
And I know a couple of guys who do electronic stuff and thing, when they show me stuff what they did, I'm just like, how did you find out that? I say, I didn't think in the box.
Exactly.
That's all. Yeah, because I learned this kind of part, but I try out, and there was way more possible than what I get told what was possible. So of course, if you give some parameters to somebody and say, find me a solution in that, he will find a solution, or he will say, it's impossible.
Nothing
Exactly.
Is. They are impossible and it takes a lot more time.
Well, the word itself, it says, I'm possible. So impossible can just be transformed to possible. We will run half an hour more, and we just play a little song for the hour. And I think it is Sometimes of Moonrises, and we are right back.
Sometimes you better be wise and realize, sometimes just leave the world behind you. Sometimes stop follow what's taking your mind. Sometimes when you realize, that sometimes you better be wise, Need peace inside of you. Stand for what you gonna do. Need peace inside of you. Stand for what you gonna do. Need peace inside of you. Stand for what you try to do. Need peace inside of you. Stand for what you gonna do. It's all up to you. But sometimes just leave the world behind you. Sometimes stop follow what's taking your mind. Sometimes when you realize, that sometimes you better be wise. Prove your priority. Be what you wanna be. For who you do, all you do for you. Improve your priorities. Be what you wanna be. For who you do, do it just for you. All what is to do. If there is a way, do it Just leave a word behind ya. Sometimes stop, follow what's knocking your mind. Sometimes when you realize, yeah, that sometimes you better be wise, you better be wise. Sometimes, just leave the word behind ya. Sometimes, stop nagging your mind. Sometimes, when you gonna realize it. Sometimes, you better be wise, yeah.
BDcoded on trauma-based society, and we will just make half an hour more. If somebody wants to join, welcome. Even the ones who are in the very impatient chat. What you say? How you call them already, Bob?
Very well. It's the VIP stream, and on the VIP stream, you can actually hear the backstage chatter, what's going on in the breaks. So, most people get it as very important person. I put it down as very impatient people. So yeah,
Good one. It's the trauma-based, the Darkcity trauma-based people who just want to hear what we are talking behind the scene. So if anybody think we are really the implemented police, so please join the very important, impatient people stream. Trauma-based society, also, of course, very promoted by corporate media, like I said before about Syria. What's going on in North Korea? They were supposed to start a new world war, and North Korea with their supposed atomic bombs. Very loved subject is the terrorists. They just leaked about that. By the way, in the very important or very impatient people chat room is probably the CIA logged in permanently, and maybe some other people who are really interested. But if I come back to the leak about the CIA, that they listen everything and read every mail and read any conversation on internet, it's just a conspiracy, guys. Of course. We know that. That's why I put many times a day terrorists, Al-Qaeda, and all this kind of words on my wall, that they also read my wall. I need a couple of views. That's why CIA is a very, very frequent listener to Darkcity, and also my own Facebook page and website. So thank you, CIA, that I at least have some listeners daily. But of course, now they will start to talk about, but how important is that? Is that really unconstitutional to listen to everybody and blah, blah, blah? How we gonna make that the terrorists are gonna listen and stuff? Well, if you make some little researches, you will find that the most of the terrorists in the world are created by CIA itself. And that is like the mainstream corporate media trauma, daily trauma thing. So another subject is also traumas with people. with different experience you have with different people, and how to trust again to other people that maybe are coming in your life in maybe the same situation. CIA cannabis infused adult from Lee in chat. All right. Yeah, people. I mean, I think people are not good or people are bad. I think people are people, and because of the different traumas they had through their life, they also have struggled to deal with other people and to be good or bad, or how you want to call it anyway, correct or so on. And even if I personally had quite a lot of experience with people, and I still trust. I trust the human nature. For me, it's not. I think people want to be good, if you want to call it good, or want to be correct, or any label you want to give to people who can handle other people in a respected way. And that is exactly what we get told, that we don't have to trust the people. We have to close our doors. We have to close our car. We have to hide our money, our credit cards. We have to be scared on internet to not write this or write that. I had just a conversation with somebody a week ago on internet, and the guy just put a space between every letter that the CIA will not be able to read what he was coding to me, you know. I think anytime we play that kind of little game with them, they're very happy. I think that is exactly what they out of anything what we are doing. Therefore, I personally trust to the human nature. I think I trust to the nature and creation itself. Humans and human education is very fucked up, and therefore people have to come back to the basics. And I think if you have loving parents, and if you show love to your kids, they will also see like what is really going on. That is what I do with my own kids. And that is what I try to do around me. And of course, a long time I didn't understand this kind of reaction the people had already because of trauma-based educations and ideas of what life is and what life is all about and what people is all about. A lot of people are just scared of people. They think humans itself, if they would grow up in the nature and so on, they would just kill everybody. And I think everybody can kill. Everybody is able to kill. That is, I think this is a fact. If you push people to a certain idea that this is bad, this is wrong, and they get in a situation of brutality, or of even if it's self-defense, or if it's if it's self-defense, I still think that even I don't promote violence anyhow. Really, for me, violence is really crap. But
I think the CIA keep taking you out, Jabba. Have they
He's
got
an
him?
enemy of the state.
They've got him, haven't they? That's it. Did you hear the black helicopters come over there, Jan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I heard helicopters and the sound of paramilitary sliding down ropes. I could hear it in the distance. Oh, he might be back with us. Are you back with us, Jabba? He must be using his kung fu skills as we actually
yes,
speak.
I'm back.
Are you back, man? It's okay. We were a bit concerned. We thought we could hear a helicopter in the distance. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Are you back? Right, okay, man. We were concerned that the CIA had actually moved in on your position there, Jabba.
SWAT team.
Yeah. Here's Alex Jones. Sorry. Are we still live?
Yes, yeah. You just dropped out, and I just thought it was
Bob,
quite funny
are
that.
we still live?
Yes, we're still live. We just
Okay.
made a little joke about the CIA,
Okay.
Jabba, because you just mentioned them and
That's
said
good.
they were listening, and then your audio went. Just stop suggesting it, and it won't break.
Okay. I don't say anything about CIA, terrorism, Al Qaeda, or anything like that. I will not talk about any corruption and governments that is fooling us every day. It's very funny. I think how we see people around, people who are not. People who know already what is going on, but still, because of little trauma based, like my little trauma about Gaddafi, they cannot think further, and therefore they think really that humans are just bad. And if you are scared, or other ideas like if you are dying, everything is finished. Of course, if you have this kind of parameter to construct your life or your ideas, many things change. You get very fucked up, scared if you think that somebody is controlling your computer. If somebody come watching to you, or it just told for saying what I'm saying.
Right, now what did he say that time? I couldn't make out what he said wrong then.
Scared of dying because.
Oh, are you back?
Sorry.
You're breaking up. We lost you a minute, man. You're back now.
Okay, CIA don't like my words. I promise I will not say terrorist, CIA, Al Qaeda, never again.
I've got to go to IKEA and get some bed linen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you get traumatized.
IKEA Bin Laden.
IKEA Bin Laden.
Whatever you do, do not mention that you are a tourist and you are going to IKEA for bed linen. Never mention this on the telephone.
If you get dropped out. Well, I definitely don't think it is CIA tonight who put us in trouble with my internet connection. We just have only rain and clouds around, and I am connected from a Wi-Fi around 12 kilometers from here. And that's my internet connection, because I have no cable where I'm living. I have my phone line get cut because I didn't pay the bill. And I found an internet provider who delivered me with internet over Wi-Fi 12 kilometers from another hill just above. And sometimes the connection is not very good. I have like 2.5, 3.1 mega on download, and almost nothing to send. Yeah, not even a mega to send. So that is my connection. I'm not traumatized because of that, and I hope you not get traumatized because I get locked out of the radio. And I think Jan maybe have a better connection from Norway. Do you have something to say, Jan?
I'm thinking about it.
Well, you know a lot about history, and I mean history is also a trauma-based idea of life. What we have, we told about these kings and these wars, and our that's also like how to make a good a good nationalist.
Yeah, all power,
Bob want to say,
all power,
Sorry, go on.
all power derives from fear. You can have it with soldiers and police in the street that are fucking terrifying you, or you can do it by proxy and say that it's somebody else on the other side of the border or the other side of the mountain or whatever. It works the same. It's the same dynamics.
Yeah,
It's always been like this.
Bob.
Yeah, the trauma, the trauma based ideology, I suppose, within our society, is somewhat of the effects, effects, not necessarily personal trauma, but I can't dispute that we are actually not educated. We're ruled into a position that we call, I suppose we can call it schooling, would be a fairer name than educating.
Yes.
And most of the teachers, I do feel, entered education to educate rather than to school. I think they've been manipulated into a position that many of them would choose not to be in. But my angle on a lot of this is the reaction people have to the trauma-based, like you mentioned the media. The rabbit hole that I've been down on many occasions is what I call the Gladio effect. And many people have heard of Operation Gladio, and you can look this up on the internet. It leads you to many different things. For me, back in the 80s, when this story first broke regarding the Blackfriars Bridge and a man being found hung from the neck with a brick in his breast coat pocket, it's dubbed by the press and the media as a Masonic ritual killing. Although it's never proven either way. I think the final verdict in the case is death by misadventure. I think it was suicide, but that was overturned.
He was suicided, I think.
No, I think it was overturned. It's remained it's either by misadventure or an open verdict. If I remember, the family got a new inquest. But hey, I could be mistaken. But yeah, what actually happens with these things then is the Masons, and for the majority of the time, the Masons, they do the little hocus pocus rituals. But they're I think you described them well the other night. It's more about networking and mates helping one another out than it is about boiling babies in oil. And eating the hearts of virgins,
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah, I think.
However,
However,
the fear that was created within the Masons, within that suddenly the banking fraternity and the Masons and this group known as the New World Order and the head of the beast of these 12 families on Earth ruling over us for generations, suddenly kind of explodes over the next 20, 25 years, becoming predominantly what we most know of us to be the truth movement. Now, a lot of people don't like this because they're actually reacting to a bullshit story. Now, the things did actually happen, of course. The Vatican was caught basically dealing drug money and gun money, and they were sending assassins. They were dealing with openly with mafiosa.
The BCCI scandal, Bob.
Again, please.
The BCCI scandal.
Yes, that's part of it. And then in the other direction, the rat lines, 1947 in Germany, and the real freemen of England, given free settlers status. I think it was 8,000, is it a brigade of German SS officers.
Don't doubt it.
The real freemen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. The only people I've found so far, and if there's people out there listening that know of other people given free settler status here in England, or Ireland, Scotland, Wales, any part of it. I'd be interested in knowing, because I haven't found any others. They're the only ones, and they were smuggled in after the war. These are all what would have been war criminals. And then I suppose in around that time, the rollover troops that were left behind. Now, the English people were told that the Nazis were terrible, that they trained children in the Nazi League and the child youth, and well, at the very same time, they're training 11-year-olds to kill with stiletto knives at close quarters. Right here, ready to leave assassination squads behind, to kill English people for fraternizing with the enemy, giving any kind of assistance to the enemy. So basically, it was either fight or be killed by your own. There were also assassination lists that were given out for people to be assassinated as soon as the German troops arrived. Now, it doesn't take a genius to have a look at this, and that was put into play perhaps not by a defending force, but by a force about to assault. So yeah, I think the trauma that we are actually living, the biggest traumas we actually face, are now being created by ourselves, constantly looking for the head of this so-called beast, who set this Gladio into motion, which of course for most people, they've experienced what you would now call the world war on terror, is of course the modern day Gladio. We've had many. Now the idea is that through armed conflict, the cream of the generations are basically reaped. They reap the cream of each generation. Now people might say that's a bit weird. The best, they don't all go to war. But the actual effects that have on a nation of losing its children affect every man, woman, and child. It's not, and I've said this before. When a child dies in war or in conflict, a family doesn't lose. It's the loss of the nation or the country. It's a world loss. We all lose, whatever side that child's on. So yeah, I truly hope for the day, and hope's a word. I know you're on your knees, and for the day when we can learn. We can learn without destruction, without pain, suffering, and coercion. I really do.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that is the is very important point, that anytime we have something emotional happen with ourselves, angry, sad, or other emotional, we should think about, is this a real emotion from myself of the current situation I'm in, or is this a trauma-based idea I get implemented? And therefore, I think we can decode ourselves very much in this direction, to say that to put the points on a level of if we want to call it nature, and I observe kids a lot. I think kids and old people are the ones who have very much time to think, and the kids a lot to discover, and the older people, they have more to think about what was really going on in their life, and what was the whole purpose before it end. And therefore, I talk a lot with also old people about the current situation with the system and so. And they are very open. Suddenly, they are very open again, because they are not stressed of the everyday life and so. And they are open to hear what is really going on, because they see how the world is transforming, and they see also that it is not for the good, if you want to call it like that. It is of course not for the good, for the nature and for this, for the way how things are developed. By the way, if you talk about Masons, and of course this is Freemasons, like I say, Freemasons. I talk with a lot of people who say their father was a grand thing for Freemason, and no, they have not any special kind of ritual and so on. Of course, Freemasons are just the underdog of the ones who tell them what kind of direction they have to take. But the Freemasons itself, they just decide how our cities are built, where you put the school, where you put the church, where you put the police and so on, where the roads are built, and this kind of stuff. Who gonna make what kind of business? And if the same business coming to the same town, they just decide how much the prizes will be that everybody can win, and stay in their Masonic way of doing. And that is, of course, all. Then you have maybe some more upper people who are in the Freemasons, who are just making, or maybe they are in other secret societies where they are going to do more and more. When we talk about the child sacrifice and all this kind of thing, we're going to talk the next week with Sen. I don't know even how to mention his name, but it's Sen Ross. Pharaoh show about Octagon, who is Switzerland, but also about the whole Egypt in the present time. And if people want to watch already some videos of that, I'm going to post that on my Facebook, Babylon Decoded. That will be next week. And of course, people are welcome to join the show. I think Jan will very much be here. I hope so. Is a guy from South Africa who live in Switzerland and discover how Switzerland itself, it's very much in the whole structure of the whole world, how they control very much of the what is going on in the world, and that's why Switzerland was also not in war. I think will be a very interesting show. I hope you don't gonna miss it. I'm gonna post out a link on my Facebook and Twitter, Babylon Decoded, and we're gonna see us next week. Thanks everybody for listening, and hope you have a nice evening. We just play a last song. Boyo, listen to the people, and I think the government, they better listen to the people before they take any kind of decision.
Listen to the people sing, oh yo, leaders have to go. listen to the people sing. Boy, your leaders have to go now. Just listen to the people sing. Boy, your changes are too slow. Just listen to the people sing. Boy, we gonna take another flow. Just listen to the people sing. Oh yeah, take down the controller. Too long the people are down pressed. Now they rise their voice loud and clear. Too long the people are preserved. Now they want back what they deserve. Do you really think you alone can own more than the whole town? No, no, no. Do you really think you own the town, the people and the own, because you're the king with the crown? No, 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 no. Listen to the people sing. Boy, your leaders have to go now. Have to go now. Listen to the people sing. Oh, your changes are too slow, too slow, too slow. Listen to the people.